Welcome to a new live from the space at 100 Taylor with a wonderful artistic Nashville soul. Incredible songwriting, incredible voice, and just a poet, Treva Blomquist. Hi Treva.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so great to have you on the show, Treva. Thank you so much for coming.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, to get started, Treva, I feel like before we get to like your new music and all that stuff, I think that we have to pay homage to Snakes and Saints, which is an album that already came out like in 2020.
2020.
You know, it seems like it was yesterday, but it was 2020. But we were listening to it last week in research, and it just still sounds so beautiful, so spectacular. All 10 songs, Treva.
Thank you.
I mean, like, you must be so proud of it, right?
I am. I'm proud of it. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it still sounds like, just like timeless.
Yeah.
I think is the word that comes to mind, timeless.
Oh, well, thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely, Treva. And also, since I have you here, I have to thank you because when I was moving to Nashville, and when I was like packing and all that, like that was the record that I was playing. Like the days that I was like literally like boxing stuff. So like it has like a place in my heart. I think I even messaged you about it because it like resonated. So it left like a timestamp. So thank you.
Yeah.
I'm acting like a fan now, but thank you for that.
I mean, that's kind of the dream of writing songs, right? Is that it meets you in your moment and becomes a part of your soundtrack. So
yeah.
Thank you for telling me that, because that like that's the good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely, Treva. And you know, we'll get to the music in a second. But you're such an interesting person. And one of the things that makes you so interesting and unique is, for example, like you're so into books. And we love that. Like you're such a great follow on social media. And like you are always recommending stuff like Brené Brown or this book or that book. So I have to ask you, you know, you're a mom.
Yes.
You're a wife. You're an entrepreneur. Like, how do you find the time to read so much? And like, serious question.
I don't think that I'm that fast of a reader, honestly. It's just that I want to be really careful with, because I create, that's an output. And so I want to be careful and intentional about what goes in. And so I feel like reading books that are going to inspire me is really important.
Yeah.
So I make time for it.
But that's really interesting you say that because, yeah, like I never thought about that. Like artists, you almost have to feed yourself like quality stuff, whether it's health or physical, mental, all that, right? Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I have to have stuff feeding me in order, I mean, it's a flow that I have to, I think.
Like if you're going to a co-write or something and you're supposed to be really inspired and you watch something negative on the news or something, does that affect you? Does that affect the song?
I think it does. I think it affects me. It affects, because it's whatever I'm thinking about and something I'm processing, you know, so I think it matters.
Sure.
Just like the food you eat matters, you know?
Right, exactly.
The kind of media that I'm consuming matters.
Exactly.
So.
And I think it's already been clear that you're very in touch with everything, with the energy and those around you, and that includes pets.
Yes.
And like, you know, you have like a great dog. You talk about it, Winston. You know, you adopted a kitten in December.
Did.
Like, where does this like connection with animals come from? Did you always have this in Seattle?
Yes, I grew up in a house full of dogs.
Okay.
So my pets are, and I did 4-H, so I raised rabbits and I had a horse. So I guess I have always been connected to animals. Yeah. My daughter really wanted a cat, and I was like, I had my heels dug in, and I was like, no, and I finally gave in, and I think I love the cat like more than anyone in the family now, because she's
cats are interesting, right? He earned Treva's heart.
Yes, I thought, oh, I'm really a dog person, but now that I've been around a cat, I'm like, oh, I'm both. I just didn't know that.
Yeah, different, but like equally fascinating, right? Interesting. Oh my God, I love that, Treva. And one of the things that like you did in 2020 throughout the pandemic was you did Live from the Yellow Couch, right? And that was like such a great thing. I mean, a lot of acts, a lot of artists did it, you know, the live stream thing, but you did such a great job at it.
Oh,
like it became like almost like appointment, like watching, like whenever I could dip in and out, it was awesome.
Thank you.
How did this help you like grow as a performer, like this experience with Live from the Yellow Couch?
Yeah, doing a live from your own couch and is really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard because you are alone in a room. And typically when you're performing, you're not alone in a room. There's energies that you're feeding off of from all of the other people
clapping,
there too.
noise.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that took some getting used to of just mostly just getting into my own space and then moving with it instead of doing a song and feeling out what was happening. So for me, that took some getting used to.
Sure.
But I think I was releasing an album, and that was my only option.
Yeah.
During that time, because everything was closed. Like, there was no place for me to go play live, so the only thing I could do was live stream. So. But
don't you think it made you a better performer? Look, I didn't see you perform before the pandemic. I saw you after, and you created such a wonderful. It felt like you were singing to like just one person, like to me, and I think that everybody had that experience. So I can only imagine it probably made you a better performer, right?
I hope so, and thank you for saying that, because I hope that's true.
Yeah.
I did practice. I actually did record myself and then just watched myself back one time just before I did it, because I didn't want to make a fool of myself.
Right.
And I'd caught a lot of things, and like I would finish a song and I would go, huh. I was like, oh, I can't do that.
Like,
I
cringe.
can't, like people aren't gonna, but things that like typically, that would never be caught on a mic, or like, you know, but I would give like a sigh of like, okay, I did that, you know, but typically there's people clapping and I'm not on mic, and it's not a quiet, silent room. So.
Right. Oh my God, that's great.
That
that's
I was
so
like,
funny.
Oh, I can't do that. Okay.
Well, you certainly eliminated that, because we didn't see it once. Oh my God. And you've performed such iconic stages in Nashville. You've performed like the Bluebird, for example. You know, for my audience who are not artists, most of them don't live in Nashville. I mean, I'm not an artist, but I find that fascinating. What is it like to play stuff like the legendary Bluebird Cafe, you know, like where it's like lore, it's like music lore in Nashville. What is that like?
Yeah, it's an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time it's an honor. It's great to feel like you're part of something. And I feel like when I play the Bluebird, I'm part of a long legacy of people who have played there. And
100%.
So to me, it's very validating.
I mean, Garth Brooks started there, like when he was like just walking in, the whole thing, right?
Yeah, very validating and very just special.
Any nerves at all, or not really? Do you get stage fright?
Yeah, it just depends.
Okay.
It just depends. Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that's normal.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's normal. And I think I was hearing somebody say we need to come up with some new words for things, because there's a like nervous and excited thing that's like, it's not like, or even like scared, you know, like, yeah, I still want to do it, but yeah, I'm nervous. You know, like the I want to do it and the excitement of doing it definitely outweighs the nervous, but I'm still nervous.
Right. Like there's that fear element, but it doesn't matter. You still take the courage.
But the payoff I know is good.
I love that. It's like a muscle, like going over like courage. Courage is like a muscle.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that, Treva. And okay, talk to us a little bit about like, I'm assuming you're working on a new album, on some new music.
Yeah.
How is it like when you're starting a new project? Like I remember Billy Joel was said in an interview once that when he finishes a chapter, an album, a tour, and he sat in a piano, all he saw was like a shark with teeth. Like is it like when you finish that Snakes and Saints episode and you're like, okay, let's go. Like where do you start?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt sad when I finished the last one, because I was like, oh, that was really great. It's over. Right. So now, I mean, I think that's part of my really wanting to be intentional about what I put in my body, because I know that that's what I'm going to process and what's going to eventually come out in songs. So, yeah. So I don't have a definite project, but I have a ton of songs I've written, and I think that's typically where it starts. Is after I get enough that I'm like, okay, I need to really, you know, dive into these. And then it kind of takes shape. But yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And what's your process like, Treva? And what I mean is, like when you're songwriting, you take the discipline approach, the Nashville approach, where it's like I'm gonna write 20 songs a week. If they suck, they suck. But it's like the discipline of it. Or like, are you like picking up your kid from school, beautiful moment, and you're like, that's a song? Like, how does it work for you?
It's a combination of that. Because my life is what it is, and I have kids and a family and a flower farm, and I grab those moments, and sometimes I'll make a voice memo, and or I'll write it down. But then I don't always get to chase that in that moment, and so I have to discipline myself to sit down. And then I have to remind myself of the moment and see if I can get myself back into that moment to write it.
Do you like write on a notepad or like a little audio note? Like, how do you?
A lot of times I just use my voice memos on my
Okay.
phone. Yeah.
Nice. Like,
Yeah.
remember, Treva, you
Yeah.
felt this way.
Yeah, and sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, oh, that's terrible, you know? That's a terrible idea.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
Don't do that, you know? Delete.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that, Treva. That's great. The jewels that must be in your phone.
No. Yeah, if I die, I should probably put a note for if
Like
if I ever like die unexpectedly, please just delete the whole thing.
Oh my God. No, don't even say that. Wow. Oh my God, Treva, and I have to ask you something else. When I attended your show, there was a sense, such a beautiful sense, and from everyone I talked to, that you're so beloved by the community. Everyone just loves you so much. I love Nashvilleian. I mean, you have so many friends. You've been married for 16 years, 15 and a half.
Yeah.
15 and a half years, I want to say.
Yeah.
Basically, the question is, like, what's your secret to these beautiful, long-lasting, meaningful connections? Because it's such a big, and just being here with you, and every time it's just like a great energy.
What's my secret? I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's.
Or maybe not a secret, but like.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know if I could answer that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
just you.
maybe just a gift of who I am, or a gift of like seeing people and welcoming.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's really nice of you to say, so thank you.
No, but it's true. I mean, maybe it came from like your parents, your family, right? Did they have a lot of friends? Did they have a big gatherings?
We've just always been a gatherer, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. My husband's a good gatherer too, so maybe it's a combination of us.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
it. All right, beautiful, Treva. I think you're gonna play a song for us, and I'm really excited. But before that, let me ask you about like a current event topic, because I'm just curious. Like
Okay.
we're just talking. When we recorded this, is like when that whole Neil Young versus Spotify thing happened, and I'm just curious with you, like as an up and coming, like amazing songwriter artist, like what's your take on streaming and like the dichotomy of, yes, someone in Japan right now can hear, you know, the light from Treva Blancos, but you get like half a penny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's your take on all that stuff?
It's such a good question. It's really hard to be an indie artist and make any money. I don't know that you can do it without having another income stream. Like I can't. So I couldn't do it based on what I make. So,
Yeah.
The streaming rates definitely need to change, and it's really sad to me that that's the value placed on the artist, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what's going, that small amount is going to an artist. But like you say, there's also something really amazing about being able to say I have, you know, fans in Japan if I've never been.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a wonderful opportunity, but I do think that there's a road where everyone can be happy. And I think that the streaming platforms can give a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Without hurting their business model.
Yeah. Without hurting anything. Yeah. and with helping the people who they are honestly trying to help. Like, that's what I think, I hope,
Yeah.
you know, that they want to spread good music. So
Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Treva.
oh,
I mean,
thank you.
unbelievable. So great to have you here. Yeah, why don't you take us away with one of
With a
your
song?
amazing songs?
This is Secret.
Wanna find me out, find out what I know. Wanna find me out, I will lay it on the table. Story is the same everywhere you look. Story is the same. We're all thieves and crooks. We're all thieves and crooks. Do you wanna know a secret? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Oh, do you wanna know a secret? Nobody knows what we're doing. Nobody knows what we're doing. Want a magic fix? I have never found it. Want a free ride? Someone's gonna drive. Do you wanna know a secret? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Oh, do you wanna know a secret? Nobody knows what we're doing. Nobody knows what we're doing. It's trial and error, the lack of the joy. Fall on your face and then dust yourself off. Get right back up. Do you wanna know a secret? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know a secret nobody knows? Do you wanna know a secret? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Oh, do you wanna know a secret nobody knows?
Unbelievable. Treva Blomqvist.
Thank you.
My chills have chills. Thank you so much. That was beautiful, and thank you for coming and for sharing, you know, your energy and your stories and your light. And we cannot wait for the next chapter.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.